I don't know about you, but I am getting sick and tired of being ripped off by corporate companies that are not providing the simple basics that you need for a product, like a plug. I think we've all got used to buying mobile phones and spending thousands on them, and they can't even have the decency to put a plug or a charging cable in there. This is all done under the label of sustainability, which means you have to go and find your own solution to charge the product that you're paying a lot of money for. Recently, I bought this Philips shaver, and guess what? They've gone with this as well. No more plugs with Philips shavers. This has put me over the edge. I am fed up with it, so I'm making a stand for you. I've sent a number of emails, and finally, I've had a call back from Philips. Let's see what they say about their sustainability plan and see if you agree with it, because I think it is very, very flawed. I've had enough. I am sick of being ripped off. Let me know what you think. This call did not go well for Philips. Right, first of all, some clarity on what I've bought. I have bought this, the Philips OneBlade 360. It comes with a stand, which would suggest that it charges on this stand, but it's also very convenient for travel, hence why I bought it. Now, as Philips pointed out to me on the email, it does state somewhere on the box that that is what it comes with, a USB. Did I check that? No, I didn't, because I wouldn't expect to be buying a shaver that doesn't come with a plug. It's not a mobile phone. My argument is not with sustainability as such. My argument is that a Philips shaver requires a Philips adapter. I've used Philips for years, and I've got about 3 or 4 of these Philips adapters in the garage. But guess what? You can't use them with this. Let's see what Philips had to say about this. And you tell me whether I'm right or wrong, and whether you agree with their sustainability plans. I think they are so flawed, and it's so obvious what they are doing that it's laughable. Thank you very much for calling me back. I do appreciate it. But I'm really not happy over that. I think Philips need to understand that your product, which is a shaver, which also provides a base to keep in the house, is not a product that you can decide for sustainability reasons or any other reason that you cannot provide a plug for that product. And I'll tell you why. Consumers around the world are getting really annoyed with this sustainability, where big companies like yourselves that make a lot of money essentially are saving money by not providing us a plug, and it's costing us money to go and buy a plug. But your product has a very special adapter where I can only buy from Philips. And what Philips have done in this occasion is they've changed the design of the bit that goes into the shaver. So therefore I can't even use the plugs that I've got from my old shaver. So this to me is not only absolute nonsense by just saying it's for sustainability, but you've also changed the design as well. You've also changed the design, which means you are forcing me to buy a plug and buy your cable. I can't even use your old cable. So do you want to explain to me why and why this has happened? And there you go. She's hung up. Don't worry, she does call me back and blames connectivity, just like they blame sustainability. But I was explaining to her, as I have done to you guys, that this is not acceptable. This is not a mobile phone. This is a special plug that only fits this shaver. So I emailed Philips before this conversation, and their solution was either take this back to the shop if you don't want it, and here is a code for a 30% discount so you can buy another cable. Not even a free cable, a 30% discount. So I still have to buy another cable, a plug, or I can use that 30% to buy another Philips product. Absolutely outrageous. Anyway, the customer service representative does call me back. Let's see what she has to say this time.
I didn't cut you off. My apologies. Been some connectivity issues.
Okay.
Is that clear?
Yeah, that's fine.
I do understand your inconvenience and concerns. I've read your emails and I have forwarded those to my back offices. I do understand as well now that you're facing an issue with the charging of your device and that you are now defending a problem that you are facing that impacts most of the consumers. The plugs of the devices to USB-C. Up until that is done, though, we need to find a solution in the between.
Yeah, I understand that. So your plan in the future is to change it so that the shavers can be charged by USB-C, correct?
Indeed.
Can I ask you then why you have changed the design of the actual Philips shaving adapter? Because all of my other Philips shaver adapters fit. So I've been a customer of Philips for a long time. Throw a shaver away, I always keep the adapter. I always keep the plugs. I have a big box of plugs, which is useful. That to me, that is you as a company completely and utterly ripping me off.
I understand your general concerns, yet specifically for the base of your device, no one pushes you to only use the base of your device, and the plug that you have also is for the base of your device in combination with the adapter. That, please kindly understand, buying one adapter in the future, you will be able to charge all of your grooming devices. This is part of our sustainability project, that having one adapter, you will be able to charge all of the rest of your grooming devices. I understand that this may bring an inconvenience in your case, and I am giving you different solutions. If you do not want to buy the adapter discounted, you can return the device back to the retailer and be fully refunded. I understand and I will respect your decision.
So the first argument from Philips is they are planning on changing all of their charging devices to USB. So they're working on that as a sustainable approach. However, until they've done that, they are already rolling out this USB with the adapter on the end. So Philips, I ask you, if you're not ready to go USB and USB-C, like Apple have changed their chargers to USB-C so that we don't have to mess around with two different cables, then why have you gone halfway there and removed the plug right now? Because Philips, this works. And this is what you need for a shaver, because your end adapter is only suitable for Philips shavers, not even any other shaver. So you can't just be trying your luck with sustainability like the mobile phone companies have, because we've sort of accepted that, but at least we can charge whatever we want with one cable of the same design. And let's face it, we've got hundreds of them. I've only got one of these. So again, you are forcing us down this route of sustainability where realistically you're forcing me to go and buy a plug when I've already got 3 plugs from my old Philips devices that could quite easily fit in this new 360, but you have literally changed the design by a tiny little piece. So that is not sustainable. That is forcing me to buy another plug when I've got 3 plastic plugs from old shavers that are doing nothing. This is where I've caught you out, Philips, because if you're going down this route with USBs and sustainability, then why on earth have you now created the plug with 2 grooves, whereas your old plug only had 1 groove, which means that I can't use this anymore because you have created 2 small little pieces of plastic inside there which only fit this. Therefore, my old one doesn't fit. Now, the customer service representative has an argument for this too. So let's see what they say about that. You are not allowing me to recycle my own plugs. You are making me go and buy another plug. So you're not, it doesn't make sense. It doesn't make sense. So explain that.
Let me know please when you finish.
I've finished.
Thank you. First of all, if you want to recycle your old devices, there is a way and I am going to inform you from that. Also, I hope you do understand that as a company, we will keep producing new devices with new materials and new designs. This requires new forms of charging methods.
You are saying that it charges completely different, and I'm going to disagree with you because what I did is I took a Stanley blade and I cut the groove out of one of my old adapters because, as I said, the only change that you have made to this shaver is to put a tiny little groove to mean that I can't use my old adapters. That is all you've changed. I have cut a groove into my old adapter and it charges absolutely perfectly. So I disagree with what you're saying there, that this new design is a new way of charging things, because the only thing you have done is put a little group. There's no argument here.
I understand that you do not agree with that. I totally respect that. I will not force you to understand that or accept that. And this is where we stand as a company.
Perfect. That's all I needed to hear from you. So I can now happily report this to the general public, because for me, I'm a human being that's standing up for large corporations like yourself, because no one else can. So I've got a voice because I've got quite a few followers on YouTube and TikTok and social media. I am standing up so that you, Avi, when you buy a mobile phone next time, maybe it will be provided with a plug and a cable or something, because this is affecting you as well. I'm not blaming you. You're just an employee of Philips. So I'm not blaming you at all. I'm standing up for the common person, because you as a company are saying that you are doing this for sustainability. And I am saying, as a human being, that all you are doing is causing more problems for me, making me go and buy another plug, and not allowing me to use previous plugs that I have had from Philips in this, and making such a small change that you are forcing me to do this. That's not sustainable when I've got 3 other plugs sat in the garage that I could use. But that's my argument. And I'm not asking you to defend that. That's my argument, and I'll stick by it. And that's your argument as a company, as you've said, and that's how you're doing things. That is fine. But I'm going to tell everybody else that this is what Philips is doing.
Also tell, mathematically speaking, as I explained, that with one adapter you are able to charge multiple grooming devices instead of having multiple chargers of the same kind.
Well, that's fantastic news, Philips. This means in the future, with this one cable, I can charge all of my grooming products. Really? So why do I need a base in that case? Why do I need a permanent fixture, Philips? Clearly, the design of this is to keep this charged up so that I don't have to go for a shave, which I could do with one now, and have this dead because it's been sat on a shelf somewhere uncharged. As a consumer, this is convenient. And Philips, this is made of plastic. So if you're going to remove the plug and say that with this handy USB device, you can charge all of your devices, then what do I need this for? Surely this is as unsustainable as a plug. Your argument is flawed. I don't need this if you're only providing a USB for this. And can you imagine having to charge 5 different products on one cable? That's really good, isn't it? We'll just wait half an hour for this one, then I'll change that one. And guess why? All for sustainability. Really, Philips? Is that your argument here? As I pointed out to your customer service representative, Philips, I have 3 of these sat in the garage, which now cannot be used with any more of your products, therefore cannot be recycled. Now, I remember back in the day where it was all about recycling products, wasn't it? Reuse them, recycle them, then we'll save on waste. No, what you're doing is taking away every opportunity for us to recycle this by changing the design of this slightly. That is the argument for your sustainability, that you are not allowing me to recycle what I already have. How sustainable is that, Philips? I ask you that. Let's just hear how fantastic this idea is one more time from Philips.
With one adapter, you are able to charge multiple grooming devices instead of having multiple chargers of the same kind.
We all know how this world is working. We all know how offended people get. And we all know the agendas and the buzzwords that are being used, especially in these corporate companies. They're rife for it. And you can see right now when I suggest that there is a difference between my grooming as a male and the customer service representative as a female, this really got her back up. And I don't know why. You're obviously a female and I'm a male. So if I had...
What is our...
Well, because
our sexual orientation or our being male and female have to do with that? I am practically speaking to you mathematically and technologically speaking.
Yeah, Eva. I'm not.
Charge our devices.
I'm not going down the route of gender equality or anything like that. I'm saying you're a female and I'm a male. We use different products, yeah. So as a male, I might have 3 different grooming devices that I would like to be charged at the same time.
I may be married. I may have a family.
Listen, stop with this. Listen, I'm not. All right, let's forget the gender because obviously that's triggered you. So clearly, I can see the agenda here. This customer service rep got so offended by me saying that men and women have different grooming regimes, use different machines, and therefore need different things. I'm trying to explain to her that there is a base for us to put the shaver on and that we shave quite regularly. In fact, every single day, therefore using more batteries. I don't know if ladies shave every day. I'm not a lady. And I don't care if you do. But I like to put my things in to be charged up so that when I come for a shave the next day, the batteries aren't run out. Anyway, she was not happy with this at all. In a nutshell, I couldn't get anywhere with these people. So this is why I'm showing you lot exactly what they said and what their sustainability plan is. Maybe if they move to USB-C, it might work out well. But the only argument they could give me is you can charge many devices with one cable and one plug. I don't know what world these people are living in, but I'm sure around the globe there are people with drawers full of USB plugs, some that work, some that don't. There are people with drawers full of USB cables. We're all being forced to buy them by these companies that are just not providing them. Where is the sustainability there? The other thing is, with mobile phones and companies like Philips, well, they keep bringing out new products, don't they? Back in the good old days where the plugs were plugs and they were cabled right into the shaver, well, you can look on eBay. There are so many antique shavers which still function today and are probably better than today. So if you want to save the planet, Philips, why don't you make one product that lasts a long time? No, you won't do that, will you? Of course. There'll be Model 1, Model 2, 361, 360 Blade, 362, 4, 5 and 6. Just like Samsung S23, 24 and 25. Where's the sustainability on constantly bringing out these new products and not making products good enough in the first place and making products that eventually break? We all know what you're up to. Fact of the matter is, we cannot deal with it. But when it comes down to not providing us with a plug for a simple product like this, well, you do not deserve the customers that you've got. And Philips, I am no longer a customer of you. In a nutshell, this is what the problem is. Recycling is more sustainable than the solution you are providing. You can give me a reason that I understand, and you can give me a reason and say, okay, I understand where you're coming from, Philips. I agree with you, and I think the general public would agree with you. The argument you're giving me does not help the consumer. It is not a sustainable solution. It is your way of making more money out of the general public and putting a sticker on that states sustainable. It's not. A final word from the Philips customer service representative, who still can't explain to me why allowing me to recycle the plugs that I've got from old shavers is more sustainable than me going out and buying a new one. This is what Philips think of their customers out there and their answer to taking away a fundamental thing that is needed to charge their devices.
Are you done?
You're very rude, Eva. You're very rude.
Thank you. As explained, there is no further escalation and our decision is fully aligned with our back offices.
Perfect.
I will not try to convince you or educate you here about our sustainability decision. Whether if you do not wish to understand, this is your choice. Thank you. Now, if the problem here is how many devices simultaneously you wish to charge in your household, is something personal, and I cannot find a solution to that. According to our terms and conditions and our decision as a company, I have presented you 2 different solutions. If you wish to accept either of those, we will be very happy to assist you. If not, as explained, according to consumer law, you can refer to the retailer. Thank you.
Thank you.
Have a lovely year.
You too, Evie. Shall see you on YouTube. See you later. So there you go. That is Philips' answer. That is their sustainability plan. That is what they're saying. Do you agree with this? Am I right? Am I wrong? Are you sick of being ripped off? If you are, then drop us a comment. If you think I'm going over the top, then let us know. But for me, I am absolutely sick to death of being ripped off by these big corporate companies where they're really just playing games. This is just my opinion. But for me, I've had enough. I'm just trying to stand up for you lot. This is a great little shaver, by the way. Look at me. I could do with a shave now. There's nothing wrong with the shaver, and the USB adapter is great for travel. I shall certainly be using it. So Philips, well done on that. But I think you've got flawed ideas of what's sustainable and what the actual consumer wants. I don't want to be charging 5 different devices off one cable. Do you? Anyway, let me know in the comments. Make sure to like, follow, and subscribe. I'll see you in the next one. Any more complaints you want me to make? It's quite fun, isn't it? See you later.